All right, viewers, we have another breaking news coming in. So it's a major diplomatic signal which has come from the side of Tehran. It's not a surrender, though, not even a compromise. Iran basically has laid down three clear conditions. That is for ending the ongoing war with the US and Israel. It's Iranian president who has said that Tehran is ready for peace, but only if what he calls Iran's legitimate rights are recognized. That is obviously condition number one. The condition number two is that there should be a guarantee given that there will be no future action. Iran will not face any future aggression, quote unquote. Speaking after this particular conversation with leaders in Russia and Pakistan, it's the president of Iran who's made this statement saying that Iran remains committed to regional peace, but also blamed the war squarely for what he described as the action of, again, what Iran calls, quote-unquote, the Zionist regime and the United States of America. This is a statement which has come at a moment when the conflict between Iran, Israel and the United States of America has already entered a dangerous phase with missile strikes, air attacks and also growing fears of a wider regional conflict. How do we, see this statement which has been given out by Iran? In fact, how does Israel see this statement? We have someone from Israel who's joining us. We have Ariela Rosenthal who has joined us. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us on the broadcast. How do you view this statement which has come from the side of the Iranian president? It doesn't look like a surrender, nor like a peace offer, not even a compromise. Iran seems to be saying that these are our three conditions. How do you view the conditions which have been laid out by Iran now?
Well, I truly don't believe these statements and what you call intentions of Iran. But one thing is very clear, that the US and Israel will continue to strike Iran, the regime, the terrorist regime of Iran and the proxies, until they achieve their goals, which is fundamentally damaging the Iranian regime and removing the existing threats which is posed on Israel, but not only on Israel, but on the whole region and global community. I must say that the Hezbollah, which is a proxy of Iran, is chosen its side and continuing closely to work with the Iranian regime. And if I just take what has happened in the last 24 hours, we've had hundreds of missiles launched from Iran and the Hezbollah on the state of Israel and the northern part of Israel. So the Hezbollah, which is the proxy of Iran, as choose its side and sacrificing the state of Lebanon for its foreign interests. If in the past, Israel has warned numerous times that the price for the ongoing terrorist attacks on the civilian population of the state of Israel, not on military objectives, but civilians, and working from civilian installations and communities within Lebanon and using them as human shields. So
you're saying that Iranian aggression is continuing, but how do you view the statement given by Donald Trump? Because he's also, seemed to be suggesting that possibly there is an end game to the war. Again, just quoting the US president, who goes on to say that Iran is pretty much at the end of the line, but also saying it's Iranian Navy, which remains a big threat, something which is yet to be neutralized. What do you see happening next? How do you see, the next phase of perhaps this war being unlocked?
Well, I can talk on behalf of what I understand here in Israel. I understand that until all objectives of the state of Israel will be achieved, if it's in the north with the Hezbollah, with Gaza, with the Hamas in Gaza, with all the proxies of the Iranian regime, and of course the Iranian regime will be eliminated, the state of Israel will continue to defend the state of Israel. People must understand this is a survival war for the state.
Okay, you're saying that Iran is continuing the aggression, be it directly or be it via proxies, who you are speaking of. But if you could just tell us a little bit about the ground situation, because you earlier said that missiles are still being launched. We also had that breaking news that, there were ballistic missiles which had been launched from the Iranian side, something which IDF obviously has been saying that has been detected and deflected. Give us also, an understanding of what's happening there in Israel. Are you still, hearing sirens? Are missiles still being fired?
Missiles are being fired continuously throughout the day. The northern part of Israel, for the last couple of days, since the Hezbollah has entered the war with Iran and has been initiating the policy of the Iranian regime, we are having hundreds of ballistic missiles launched on the northern part of Israel and the center of Israel by Iran. Of course, we unfortunately throughout the years have been drilled how to behave, how to conduct during emergency. So thank God to that we know how to act during emergency. People stay in their houses, in bomb shelters. We have alerts from the Home Front Command of the IDF that alert us that there will be in the near future ballistic missiles from Iran. But I must highlight, missiles that are directed from the Hezbollah, we do not have an alert. They happen and in 15 seconds, 10 seconds, even in 0 seconds, the residents must be in bomb shelters. In such a situation, you must understand that families, children, the whole northern part of Israel are constantly in shelters. Why? Because they don't have time to, protect themselves from these ballistic missiles.
So you're saying even on day 13, there is no letdown despite of the so-called conditions Iran is speaking of. Northern Israel specifically, which you are mentioning, saying that there has been a barrage of missile launch, rocket alert has been sounded across the northern part. But how do you view, again, when it comes to the threat from these proxies? Because these rockets, missiles, many of them, as you're also saying, being launched by the proxies, perhaps a war against Hezbollah, Lebanon front obviously also opening for Iran, for Israel, apologies.
Well, Lebanon must come. We have nothing against the Lebanese people at all. They must come out once and clear and tell the Hezbollah to leave their country. Lebanon is, like in a situation where the Hezbollah is managing and maneuvering freely. And I think it's about time that the Lebanese understand that a good future for them, a future in which Israel will not operate in Lebanon, will be only when the Hezbollah is not in Lebanon. And
right, the fight is not against Lebanon, but the proxies, as you say, operating from there. Thank you for joining us with your views. Viewers, it's day 13 of the war. Bombings are continuing. We obviously had a guest from Israel who was giving us also a ground idea of what's happening as to how they are hearing sirens. Missiles are still being fired across northern Israel. Non-stop coverage of the war, each and every update. That's something which we will be continuously showing you through the day on Times Now. As of now, we're slipping into a short commercial break.